I started watching One Piece around 5 to 6 months ago, and honestly, it was the best decision of my life. To an extent, not, you know what I mean. But watching One Piece has been really fun. I met tons of amazing people, met tons of amazing characters, development, world building, all that kind of stuff out of a series, and that's one of the reasons why I love One Piece so much. And all that almost came to a massive halt. I know what you're wondering. Well, why is that, Malik? And I'll tell you why. Fishman Island. Fishman Island is the arc right after Marineford, the first arc after the time skip. And Fishman Island has to be one of the most dry, boring, lame, disgusting, horrendous arcs I've ever watched in anime. And I say this because ending right off of Marineford, it was amazing. Marineford was one of the best arcs in anime in my personal experience. And then after all that happens, massive downhill straight into Fishman Island. And the problems of Fishman Island is the fact that the villain sucks, Horty Jones. There's a massive pervert named Horty Jones? Wait, what? There's a massive pedophile named Vander Decken. They always talk about political issues like constantly, and it's like drilled into into your core that okay, fishmen hate humans, fishmen hate humans, fishmen hate humans, fishmen hate humans, fishmen hate humans. Like, bro, I get it and I understand. The pacing in this arc too was unbearable. I cannot watch it like in the sitting. Max, without my attention span plummeting like crazy, it was like 2 episodes. And then I had no interest towards Fishman Island whatsoever. Like, literally none. Zero. The parts that I did like about Fishman Island were them reaching the island. When Luffy's on the screen, so that'd be 2. 3, when they're not talking about political issues over and over again. And then 4, when they're not constantly bringing back flashbacks that, honestly, I don't really care about. And the reason why I don't care about it is because the flashbacks were like the same thing, like over and over again. It was so repetitive, I cannot do it whatsoever. It was almost like watching Black Clover, thinking, oh, okay, this is just a Naruto ripoff, you know? I don't want to watch this. That's pretty much how it was for Fishman Island. I couldn't do it. But the main thing I want to talk about is Horty Jones. Horty Jones has to be the worst villain in all of anime. Every single anime combined, like all the bad ones, like every single Black Clover villain, he's easily the worst. He's just some fishman that he wants to just kill humans. That's just the goal. He wants to kill humans, and he does it by taking Xans or drugs, whatever, the fish pills. He just boom, pops a lid, handful, tons of pills, the entire arc. Now I'm like, okay, so he's just fighting a druggie. Druggie with no hockey, no nothing. He's just a druggie. And this druggie, he gets beaten. He got beat by Zoro underwater as a fishman. You know how sad that is? Like, you're going out sad. You are a whole fish losing to a human. Not losing, lost to a human underwater. Your natural habitat. That's like saying me boxing a great white shark and I win underwater. Like I'm throwing these underwater. How is that even possible? Like, okay, besides that, he loses. And then he gets drugs. No, he does with the drugs, gets massively stronger. And this happens over and over and over again to the point where he mega evolves. You got this drug addict mega evolving to something way stronger just to get diffed by Luffy. Because he's the main character. Like, you could at least make it to the point where, you know, we get that he sucks and he's gonna lose. But to keep, like, making him stronger, well, like, I don't understand the point of that. Like, why? And on top of that, the Red Hawk scene was really cool. I like that a lot. That was great. On to the next one. Vander Decken, or Dicken, whatever his name is. This is the biggest weirdo of all time. You know, Orochimaru's up there, Hisoka's up there, and who else is pretty down bad? I don't know. Issei from High School DxD. But Vander Decken, he wanted I believe she was a 4-year-old girl. This is a 4 or 6 years old. And I know what you're thinking. That's insane. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And Vander Decken didn't get his way with a literal child. He wanted to kill her. And I'm like, bro, it's literally a child. Like, what? And he marks her with this mark, and every time he throws his weapon or his axe, is double for power. Like, do you have this whole Fishman? Like, his point as a villain is to simp over this miner. Like, what? Like, how was that good? That is horrible. The villains in Fishman Island were so lame and so boring to the point where it dropped my rating for that arc massively low. Under Skypiea. And I was a massive Skypiea hater and I still am. Skypiea sucks. It's not fun to watch, unbearable. Actually, it's only good when it knows on the screen. When it comes to Fishman Island, it's only good when Luffy's on the screen. And most of the time, Luffy, he's on the screen for like a bit, and then he's not because they're doing a Fishman background or backstory. I could not do it. In Fishman Island, there was also a good lore, as in like the Joy Boy references, how the king knew about Joy Boy, which if you guys don't know already, is Luffy, or the Nico fruit. We get a background of Jinbei, what happened to him, and how Arlong ended up doing Arlong things because the Sun Pirates and the boss man getting blinked by saving this little girl and things like that, which is pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. And how there's a poneglyph in the forest underwater or something like that. I don't know, but those plot lines were pretty good. I just didn't like the main conflict of the whole entire place, and how it was constantly repeated. Okay, fishmen are racist and things like that, in which they don't have a right to be racist, because racism both ends, it's not good whatsoever. It's in the past. Not all humans are like that. Not all fishermen are like that as well. But things mad at celestial dragons more than anything, because celestial dragons, they don't value life for human or fisherman. Like, there's outright bad people, and we learned that in Sabuti. So yeah, towards the end of Fishman Island, it was also cool for the fact that they had a whole cake island reference. Not reference, more like they introduced Big Mom and the whole candy thing. But candies, I think they were also brought up earlier. But besides that, we got more Big Mom, and this dude Luffy was like, "Yo, Big Mom, I'm gonna slap you in the face," or whatever he said. I'm gonna punch you, whatever, something like that. Like, he threatened her, and because I think he wanted to claim Fishman Island or something like that to have their protection, so they don't have to keep on paying Big Mom with a bunch of candies. And I was like, "Yo, Luffy really that dog? Like, he is him." Like that one YouTube video, he really is him, and you don't want to be playing around with Luffy. So I mean, that was really, really good. I like that part. That part was fire. And Sarah Hoshi, or whatever her name is, very annoying. I think everybody can agree with that. She was pretty annoying. But that's some characters. Some characters can be very annoying, some aren't. But that's just about it for my take on Fishman Island. I would have it at a solid 4 out of 10 for the fact that I almost quit watching One Piece because of it. I literally didn't watch One Piece for an hour straight. For a whole month straight because of Fishman Island. It just wasn't enjoyable for me. Like, it was not my cup of tea whatsoever. I know some people might like it because, like, some people like those kind of things, like what they talk about, stuff like that. But for me personally, I didn't care too much about it whatsoever. And that's why I'd give it a low rating. Out of every single arc, I might give it the lowest, to be honest, because it just wasn't for me. Like, it's crazy how the Foxy Pirate arc clears it. Like, I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. So that's that. Also, I do watch One Piece live on Twitch, so you guys want to come follow me and come watch my journey of One Piece. Yeah, come check it out, because Toei does not like me posting One Piece on my YouTube channel. I try to post all like my reactions, but I can't because like copyright claim, ID blocked or something like that. So yeah, that's just about that. One Piece is fire, and I've been liking it so far. See ya.